in the building. Just two black brothers with my homie. We go way back, man. I was looking. I think the interview we did was 2011.
Yeah, 2011.
My homie Rex Burna from the New Orleans.
What's that, bro?
Badass yellow boy.
Yeah.
I was actually I know you probably. I want to see how you feel about that Joe Biden saying if you don't vote for him, you ain't black.
And it's about what I expected. I don't expect much from either side, so it didn't catch me by surprise. It's really consistent with his character, if you ask me.
That's what I said. I was like, people already wasn't feeling him like that. Now he just made it worse. So it's like, who do you supposed to vote for? You can't vote for nobody saying no shit like that, though. It's like he already took himself out. So it's like somebody else new better come up. Shit.
Oh, Biden?
Yeah, you can't vote for nobody saying that. No shit like that. Then he didn't even say nothing. He was like, look all the stuff I did for black people. He was like, the constant bills, the NAACP awards. Just keep looking. I'm like, that ain't shit. Yeah. Like, then you ain't named not a goddamn thing when you said that.
Yeah, nothing changed positively for us when it comes to Joe Biden and his policies.
But then I was kind of, the only thing I'm looking at kind of funny, because I'm like, man, okay, you Obama's VP for all them years, and you still talking crazy like that? So I was like, I mean, he was always talking crazy like that. So I'm like, what's going on now?
I mean, you know, we kind of put a false hope in Obama as well. I mean, didn't much change. Nothing changed under him either. You know, it was the same old as far as the black community.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
All right, man. So we just do a reintroduction, man. So just tell them about your background, how you got involved with music.
Oh, man, I started doing music when I was probably 14, 15 years old. Just kind of stumbled across it. Of course, being from down here, I was born in New Orleans, but I was raised over in Mississippi. All my musical influences come from this region. They come from the Hot Boys. They come from No Limit. It come from Boosie and Webby, all that. And, you know, just listening to Lil Wayne every day, all day during the Squad Up era. And it just made me want to do it. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be a hot boy. So, you know, I just kept going at it. I've been at this shit for years, man. It'll be 15 years this year.
I say, what you think about, I remember it kind of like David Banner kind of came out and put Mississippi on the map a little bit too back then. We think about him, his movement.
Yeah.
And then he kind of evolved. If you look at him now, he evolved like a mug. He went from like a pimp to like a Malcolm X.
You know, Banner was always like that. He was always talking about those things. It's just, I guess with age, some maturity came to it. But David Banner say some cool shit. I fuck with a lot of the shit David Banner say. Musically, you know, the impact of David Banner on Mississippi as far as music is concerned, I mean, it's literally non-existent. When you think of New Orleans, you think of a certain sound. When you think of Baton Rouge, you think of a certain sound. When you think of Atlanta, you know, all these different places, Houston, Memphis, Florida, everybody got their own sound. David Banner had a distinct sound for himself, but it wasn't a sound that when you heard, you said, oh yeah, that's Mississippi. So like, I can't say that that's what we didn't grow up on David Banner down on the coast of Mississippi. I don't know how it was in Jackson. I don't know what his impact was up there, but it's not, we wasn't riding around listening to David Banner. We were riding around listening to T.I., we were listening to Jeezy, we were listening to everybody else, you know, the people around us. But
I know you like to do polls, because I be looking at your Facebook all the time. So I want you to rate the Hot Boys from how it was back then, though, not like how it is now. Like, when they came out, what Hot Boys did you like the most?
The one I liked the most, who I think was the best at the time.
Who's the best at the time to you?
Juvenile was the best at the time.
Yeah, cause I always say Juvenile, BG, then Wayne and Turk was really like, they was neck and neck, really. You know which one was gonna make it out of them.
I'll go Juvenile, BG, Wayne, Turk.
Yep.
I could hear the potential in Wayne. Wayne he was always doing the kind of little punchline thing. It wasn't as refined as it is now, but you could always hear, like, you know, you could hear it was coming. You could hear that out of all of them, he had a certain level of lyricism that was probably going to excel with age. But I feel like Juvenile, to this day, he underrated when it comes to his lyricism because of shit like Huh. But really, he was spitting on Huh. It's just you had to catch up with the lingo. Niggas they understand. You know, that's how a nigga talk down here. It was completely, it just went over people's heads. But Juve was fucking spitting back in the day, man. For a long time.
And Just Another Gangster was hard. That shit he just came out with.
Man,
That shit was
Juvenile,
tough.
like, he ain't lost it at all to me, man. I feel like he don't get the respect he deserve in the game, honestly.
And I'll say, so what's up with you? Like, what you working on now?
Man, I just dropped a project called The Know Ya. I want to say a month ago. That shit doing pretty well. We got like 20,000 streams on Spotify, another couple thousand on Apple Music. I can't keep up with the title shit, but I dropped a video called Stressing Lately. That just hit 40,000 streams. And I've been out the game for so long, man. It's really my first for real project in years, 4 or 5 years. I've been working and going to school, but you know, I'm still doing project. I'm working on another project right now called Bayou Baby. I'm gonna probably drop that bitch sometime this year. You know, just working constantly making music and doing other things.
You feel like going to school helped your career? Or it
Uh,
held you back a little bit? I heard your song. I heard
yeah,
the song, so I was like, shit, why you go to school then? I be feeling like, yeah, shit, he went to fucking school. Fucking school.
man, I feel like, you know, I went the school route. School always came easy to me. You know, even when I was a child, I never said, hey, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I was always like, well, look, I want to play football. Or I want to rap. And but the whole time I was making all A's and shit. So like, it was so easy for me to do. It was like, why not do it? And it was being my parents was like, you need to do it. Then I turned around, I turned 22, 23. I had a child, I had my first child, I had my son. I was in school for x-ray. So I did that. Got my associates, turned around, did x-ray for 3 years. Before I went and got my bachelor's in healthcare administration. Then turned around, got my master's in healthcare administration. So like, you know, I don't think I'd be able to do the music at the level I do now without it, because I wouldn't have the funding to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to work in the field I'm in, I got the money to play with it. You know, it take money to do this shit. Ain't none of this shit free.
Isn't that I know it's like good, you know, even though all this stuff going on, like, you know, it's good to get jobs in the medical field. So is that a good route? Like, what route would you tell somebody to go if they trying to get in the medical field? I'm even sure you would have. Oh yeah, I saw, and congratulations too. I saw a post one day. It was like all three of y'all graduated or something. One, they went like the daddy, you, the brother.
Yeah, my daddy, me, and my brother. Yeah, we all graduated from William Carey at the same time. My daddy got his bachelor's. My brother got his master's, and I got my master's. And my little brother he in school right now too, to get his he going for pharmacy. He getting his doctorate in pharmacy.
Yeah.
I start school again next month to get my PhD in healthcare administration. Yeah. You know, as far as the medical field is concerned, I would tell a person, you know, if you want to be a nurse or you want to do x-ray or you want to do whatever you want to do outside of being a doctor, I would always tell somebody to get your associates, man. Go to a junior college, get that little cheap education. You don't have to have a 4-year degree to be a nurse. You don't have to have a 4-year degree to do x-ray. You can do that shit in 2 years. You're going to save money. And then when it's time to get your bachelor's, you can specialize in something. You can say, okay, well, I want to get my bachelor's in administration. So now you the boss. You know what I'm saying? You can go on and be a boss. So if you want to be a physician's assistant, or maybe you want to go become a doctor later on, having that experience, actually being in the field, actually going out there and working, you'll be better off, man. Because people come straight out, like people go straight through school, get a bachelor's.
That's for the experience. I know they be running game on these niggas now.
Yeah,
like, this nigga, it's a hustle. You got all the degrees, and they gonna be like 5 years experience. Like, huh?
Exactly. They want the experience. That's what I was going through. Well, really, more so being in Mississippi, I felt like I was going through that shit because I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't want to see a nigga running their departments. So I came back. I'm in New Orleans now. When I came back over here, I only been here for like 9 months, and I'm already in charge of some shit.
Yeah, trying to
Mm-hmm.
hold you back, huh?
Man, they was definitely trying to hold me back in
Where would you
Mississippi.
at? Cause you know I'm from Columbus. You know
Oh, well, we
Columbus
was.
not Starful.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
said Starful. It's Starville. That's I got country. I'm talking country. I said Starful. Starville. Starkville, Mississippi. Stark
Yeah,
Baby. Yeah.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Okay. Yeah, we was in
But you from the
I was working.
coast.
I'm from the coast. Well, I was working in Gulfport. I was living in Biloxi before I moved back to New Orleans.
Mm.
Mm.
What's up, man? So what's next for you? What else gonna be going on?
Man, just trying to keep making music, keep trying to push it out there, trying to garner the attention I feel like I deserve. I feel like I've been overlooked over the years, man. But I've had these lulls in my career for different reasons, usually financial. Like I said, man, it just take a lot of money to do this shit. Once you set yourself up to the point where you doing it at a high level, and after I did records with Waka Flocka and I'm shooting these high quality videos, you don't never want to take that step back. You don't want to start making anything less. And that kind of held me back for a while. A little bit of that and trying to find myself again, trying to figure out how I want to approach the music. And I feel like now with the emergence of Louisiana rappers like Young Boy and Tech and Maine and people like that, Fredo Bang, it kind of brought that style of production back. So it's easier for me to make the music I wanted to make from the very beginning. I could never find that kind of production back in the day, but now it's a plethora of it. So I'm really enjoying making the music now.
Mm. DJ Perry, you had any questions? I don't know if he can hear us. Oh, he on mute. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm off now. Yeah, what up with you, bro? Like, yeah, I didn't catch the last part, man. I had to take a phone call. I had a death in the family, so that was my auntie calling me. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, that shit wild, man. She was 37,
What happened?
and she had a blood clot, and she went to get an MRI. Right after the MRI, I guess they didn't wait for the results to come back, and they had her do some physical therapy, so it made the fucking blood clot travel.
Travel to the heart.
Yep, travel right up to her heart, man. Killed her right there. But like that, I just talked to her. Yeah, I just talked to her. She was married. She had a wife. She was married to a woman, but she just called me like she wanted everybody to know that she looked peaceful when she saw her. So, and she had been in a lot of pain already for a few years. So
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, facts.
A lawsuit on your hand.
That's what I'm saying. I said that's malpractice, man. You can't make nobody work out until you tell them what's going on with them.
Yeah, they did that wrong. They handled that wrong.
Yeah, unless they don't slip and try to say that shit because Corona, try to say she had Corona and shit. That's what they probably gonna do. Like she had Corona.
Nah. But other than that, nah.
You dealing with that? You working in the hospital? Don't you work in the hospital? So how you dealing with that?
Man, just staying protected, making sure I got everything on that I'm supposed to have. If I'm dealing with somebody that I know got it, I'm dealing with people that got it every day, man.
What you wearing?
You just gotta wear a gown and gloves, and they make this special kind of face mask to make sure nothing get near your face or your eyes.
Like you wearing a face shield?
Yeah, like a face shield.
Okay.
Anytime you come in contact with a COVID patient, they make you wear a face shield, and we got specific N95 masks. You got the regular mask that you see people wearing, and then you got the ones that's real tight on your face. We gotta wear those, and put your gown on, your gloves, which I do all that anyway. Make sure that you don't cross-contaminate shit. It's just being careful, really, being more careful than normal. Yeah. Everything on high.
I'm like the only thing I'm probably that I worry about. You got you work, but then you got to go home to your family, so you don't be wanting to bring it to your family and shit.
Man, as soon as I get home, I strip down at the door, take everything off, and go hop in the shower immediately before. Like my daughter, they want to run up and try to hug me or touch on me. I'm like, nah, you can't touch daddy right now. You gotta wait. Daddy gotta go take a shower. But besides that, they making sure that everything good. As soon as we walk in the door, they take our temperature and they ask us if anything done changed. Anybody who walks through that door, they checking you to make sure that you you ain't showing no symptoms, and I ain't showing no symptoms.
All the black people I know had that shit in December.
Yeah, a lot of people did have it. They just didn't know, man. I had my cousin died from it last month.
We had my wife had an uncle that died from it, man. Brother and sister, like a month apart.
Yeah. See what happened down here, man. We had Mardi Gras, and people had that shit. They didn't know what
that
it
made
was.
it worse. Yep.
Yep.
Mardi Gras, you know, shit, that should be packed out, and it's a long event. People don't realize that Mardi Gras go for like 2-3 weeks, really the whole month.
Yeah, man. I was down in New Orleans for 2 weeks for work, man. Back in 2 years ago, I did 2 weeks in New Orleans, and I did 2 weeks in Gina. Gina was crazy, man. Like they had us staying in Alexandria though. We would just go to work in Gina because they say, man, Gina was fucked up, bro. Like we went into a restaurant because we was working at a little jail facility for ICE.
Yeah.
So we went to a restaurant over there for lunch. Me and the other black coworker. Yo, I swear we walked in that motherfucker. You heard every fork, spoon hit the plate.
Yeah, they not fucking with no niggas over there.
Yo, they was like, I told my boss, I said, yo, we went to the restaurant. She's like, why the fuck you go there? She's like, they gave your food quick, didn't they? I said, they gave us our food like 5 minutes. Like, hurry up and get the hell out of here. But New Orleans, my man. Look, New Orleans, that's where you just gotta be careful, right? Because, man, I'm in my hotel room. I just passed. I'm right there on Canal. I'm staying at a Sheraton, right there, close by. You got a little Riverboat Mall at the end of the block downtown.
Yeah.
Man, I just walked past the McDonald's. I go to my hotel room. I look out the window. It's police all in front of the McDonald's. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So they was like, yeah, you had a panhandler out there. Some dudes trying to rob him. He stabbed both of them.
Man, shit. Some shit always going down over here in the city, man. You know how that,
I was like,
go.
damn. Oh yeah, facts. But I say everybody be on your head though for they be on your head asking for money, but I fuck with it though, cause you got dudes riding around with the jazz playing on the bike and shit. Like it's a feel good vibe. And but they would just tell you gotta be careful on Bourbon, man, cause they get your ass if you let them.
I feel like New Orleans got the I think it's got the best culture of any city in the country, and I feel like it's one of the top 5 countries for cities for black people as far as retaining African culture, bits and pieces of African culture. You know, with the bounce music and shit like that. Like we still express in voodoo, we still express African ways that a lot of other people lost, because shit different. You know, the laws and the way things happen in New Orleans, it was just a lot different, man. Like they did things their own way. The French were kind of, I want to say they was lax in certain ways that others wasn't. Like, say for instance, if you in Mississippi, you couldn't get married if you was a slave, but in New Orleans, you could get married as a slave. They'll let you marry somebody and have kids and shit like that. They wasn't stopping stuff like that. So, you know, it was just different things over here that didn't take place in other places that allow for us to retain things that otherwise we would have lost. You see the same thing in Haiti, because they had the French was over them. Anywhere where the French was at, you was able to retain some shit.
Right. Yo, they say in some parts in New Orleans you could see the sea, right? Like
yeah, you can see the
from
water.
The ground level. Yeah, you can see the water. Shit crazy.
Yeah, I'm right down the street from the levees.
Same ones that broke during Katrina?
Nah, not the ones that broke during Katrina. The one that broke during Katrina, that was over in the Ninth Ward. They flooded the shit out the Ninth Ward. That's where I was from when I was a little boy.
Yo, they had the crazy ass shit out there when that happened. When the cop wasn't they like setting up black people to loot, then shooting them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, crazy, man.
They was trying to. It was their way of gentrifying the city. They wanted the Ninth Ward because the Ninth Ward is they want to build out there.
Right. It got good access across the city. They did that in Baltimore and Maryland, man. Like Baltimore was like a place where they sent all the black people to live and the white people lived in the outskirts. But then the white people start saying, "Fuck, nigga, how we gotta commute to work?
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck why?" So they start thinking like, "Shit, we gotta get the blacks out of the city and put now out there the blacks is in the suburbs and the white people's in the city because they just rearranged the price structure." So it costs bread to live in the city and it's cheap to live in the suburbs now.
Man, what crazy thing about New Orleans, all the black people got moved to the east. Like, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, like with Baby and Wayne and them, they used to stay in this place called Eastover in English Turn. All that shit was in the east. Like, you got all these big money houses over there, but that shit the hood now. Cause all the projects you would hear niggas rap about back in the day, all that shit gone. They tore all that shit down after Katrina. The Magnolia, the Melphamine, Cali Oak, all that shit gone. None of it exists anymore.
Yeah, they even tore down the projects from where I'm from. Shit. Yep.
They tore all that shit down.
Hey, while we got you on, I guess Poe was gonna talk about
oh shit, we got both his songs. We going on one of his songs.
Oh yeah, you want to go on one of the tracks? All right. Yeah. I got the Porch and Stressing Lately.
Yes, sir.
Let's play Stressing Lately.
Which one? Stressing Lately. All right, bet.
We was already talking about it.
All right, y'all. We got the homie Burna. We're gonna play y'all his latest track, Stressing Lately. I think he just said he shot the video for it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all listening to it on
plays.
Let's do it.
I see that shit. You gotta feel me this time. I resolution. When they got my master, got my bill paid. Cut that piece of paper, ain't gon' keep my bills paid. My screen on dead, don't want to give pays. It's a current, my collections on a real day. I'm gonna start to say the credit. Yeah, keep us indebted. Yeah, wish you could get it. It only work cause we lit it. It's all shit I'm dipping. Now I don't know why I'm headed. Like a little for a second, smoking the paper with the prison. I'm not chilling, bitch. They don't find me appealing. It depends how I be feeling. Baby, at times it's a living. I know the impression is real. All these guys is chilling. I need to sign for a million to get my mind to start digging. Big niggas make me snap. Stay reaching out for the depth. I'm like the NFL. I ain't trying to hear your cap. Living off a scrap. Just hope I make it in rap. Versus my babies take a nap. Hey man, it's fascinating. I've been thinking about finessing lately. I've been dreaming about a blessing lately. Then it's stressing lately. I can't seem to learn my lesson lately. Ain't no team I know what niggas say. So I'm stressing lately. I'ma say wait on your blessing, baby. You might need a new perfection, baby. So I'm stressing lately. No, I need a new direction, baby. Can't be in my possession, baby. Cause I'm stressing lately. But with my bad, be the same. With my step was a little reactions would change. Colorism is a factor, and for that I'm ashamed. But we all know who the best for the blame. I'm trying to change it. 2020 in is the same shit. Yeah, we ain't gotta be crazy. Your papers get your brains clear. Going through some gang shit, ain't too, so now I'm tripping. I'm shaking, I'm tripping. I don't want to think of it. Gotta raise my children. I own them. Everything you wear now is real life. Cause all that fake shit don't feel right. I feel like but never feel Christ. So don't hold this pictures. I want you to never the portions. I see the sources and what we consider. So put that Hebrew shit. Them people didn't exist. Gala Nation is an army. If you didn't enlist, you get knocked off or left back like Southpaw. Look, this resonated. Got me thinking about finessing lately. I've been dreaming about the blessing lately. This resonated. I can't seem to learn my lesson lately. Ain't no team I know I never say. So I'm stressing lately. I'ma say wait on your blessing, baby. You might need a new profession, baby. So I'm stressing lately. No, I need a new direction, baby. Can't be in my profession, baby. Cause I'm stressing lately.
Yeah, we back, y'all. We on?
We on. Yeah, that was Stressing Lately by the homie Burna, man. Y'all listening to it on Just Two Black Brothers podcast. Yo, that's a banger, man. Look, I just love. Hey, I always tell people, man, part of the game is your sound. You can have a sound and not say shit.
Yeah.
People gonna fuck with it. But I mean, you were spitting in there, but you also got that sound, man. I always look for that when I listen to certain people. I'm like, yo, do they got that sound? Like I can say the same shit you said, but I ain't got that bounce in my voice like you got, man. Like I
we sound like.
I don't know. I heard like a man. Damn, I'm trying to think who I first thought of when I first heard it. Like it's somebody from the South, somebody from that's a New Orleans sound. Like, damn, I'm trying to think who would sound like. Man, who you been compared to before?
everybody always used to say I sound like Boosie because of the pitch of my
Yeah,
voice.
yeah, there you go. Boosie.
They would compare me to Boosie or somebody like Turk.
Soulja Slim? Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit. I never got a Soulja Slim comparison, but I'm definitely influenced by Soulja Slim. I was down here when he died. I remember that day. I never
Yeah,
forget.
tell us about that, man. How what type of influence he had on New Orleans and how was it after he passed, man?
Soulja Slim had a huge impact on New Orleans, man, because he was just a real nigga. For the fact that he was able to get touched like that, show you that he was a real nigga. He was in front of his mama house in the hood when he died. That was Thanksgiving. He died on Thanksgiving. So that's why it stuck in my mind, because I remember sitting there eating gumbo and turning around and watching and seeing on the news Soulja Slim just died.
You like,
and
what
you know
the
that?
fuck?
Yeah, shit hurt the city. I was a kid, man, 13,
Yeah.
14 years old. This was before Katrina and everything. So, Soulja Slim a legend, man. I just wish he would have got his just due. I think he was just about to really, really take off, man. He had this single called "Love Me or Love Me Not." That shit was fire. I think he was gonna shoot through the roof, man. And it's just unfortunate. I hate it happened to him like that. So
Yeah,
R.I.P. to him.
what I heard from what I was told, I knew he was gonna be that nigga in No Limit. Shit. I was like,
He
oh,
was
okay.
a monster. He was a monster.
Yeah.
And what about Big Frida?
Big Frida?
Yeah, because Drake be playing like his hearts. Well, whoever stuff. Yeah.
From what I gather, he don't even he really don't care what you refer to him as. Big Frida, man. Bounce music so important to the city. Like bounce music, I can't even just say to the city. Bounce music so important to this entire region, not just Louisiana, but Mississippi as well. Like, because like I say, Mississippi don't got its own sound per se in hip hop, so they take in the things around it and the culture around it. So Big Frida, man, a lot of people try to make fun of that shit, but Big Frida important, man. Big Frida really important to the culture. Big Frida deserve his flowers. Big Frida deserve all the respect in the world, man, because really he done took bounce music worldwide. Juvie made a bounce, like Back That Ass Up was a bounce song, but it ain't a for real bounce song. Big Frida making real bounce songs and taking that shit across the globe. Like, everybody's trying to do bounce now.
Yeah,
everybody.
I actually got an interview with a dude named Lil 8. You heard him?
Nah, I ain't never heard Lil 8.
I gotta look him up. Hold on, I might be saying the name wrong. It's like Lil. It's like EIHT.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he big out there too.
For the most part, I think he got a little impact out here.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be interviewing him in a couple weeks. So.
Yeah, I think he got an impact out here.
Oh, okay.
I can't speak to it though, but I think so.
Man, there was a rapper. He got killed maybe like early last year from New Orleans. He was nice, man. I can't fucking remember his name though.
Was it?
But he been around for a minute though.
Was it Young Greatness?
Yeah.
Yeah, Young Great. Man, it's crazy that you brought that up, man. My another one of my cousins died, not from corona. She had other issues, but we went to the mausoleums because everybody over here get buried above ground. We can't bury them below ground because of the sea level, under the sea level. So we went to the mausoleum, man. It looked like project buildings. So you walk in that bitch, and like I was like, bro, this shit look like the hood. But once we got in, I was like, oh, this is some nice shit. Like it was a beautiful mausoleum. And when I was walking by, we was going to hers, and I saw Young Greatness mausoleum right there.
Damn.
So she buried right there next to him.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, it's that dude that sing that he sing that song "Get the Gat." That's the dude I'm finna interview.
Oh yeah. That song hard. Yeah, that's an old song too. It came back because of the LSU shit.
Yeah, I'm supposed to interview him though. So I was like, I was like, okay. I was like, I was like, it sound cool. Like, I like reaching out to different people like that. They might not know about like that.
Shout out to Lil 8, man. Yeah, I know you talking about now.
Yeah.
When you spelled his name, I knew you was talking about. I just couldn't remember what he made. But yeah, Lil 8, shout out to Lil 8.
Who your top artist right now in New Orleans?
in New Orleans or in general?
Yeah.
Well, you can say you can do
both.
it. Give us both. You can give us both, man, and you can put yourself on there if you want to.
Yeah, he be making all kind of lists on Facebook.
Oh, he do?
Yeah.
It's hard for me. It's
Then
hard for me to do it.
he be like, don't argue with me. He always be saying, shit, don't argue with me.
Hey, it's hard for me to do a New Orleans list because New Orleans ain't making the same impact it did. Like really, Baton Rouge done took over as far as Louisiana
Just
concerned.
do all time.
All time.
Yeah.
Well, you know Wayne number one.
Mm.
I'm gonna go Wayne number one. I'm gonna go Juvenile 2. I'm gonna go Soulja Slim 3. I'm gonna go Mac 4.
Oh shit!
And I'm gonna go Mystical 5.
That's
You
a
got
good ass
Servon on
list.
your list?
Huh?
Servon?
Hell no.
Nah.
I can't stand Servon. I was like, man, Servon was garbage. So
He down there with Silk.
Yeah, I know. Silk better than Servon.
Hey, Silk better than Servon. That's bad.
Servon, I was like, what? I couldn't even understand. I thought I was tripping because I was like, man, I don't hear no rhymes. I don't hear nothing.
You don't hear no pause.
Talking.
and I know that's my top 5, but I don't want to say no list and not at least mention BG name.
That's Po Boy right there. Po love BG.
Cause I interviewed BG. I interviewed BG back in the day, so I gotta, that's tight.
Man, I love BG. I used to want to sound like BG. I just never could. My voice wasn't deep like that, but I used to want to talk like BG. That shit, he always sounded so cool to me.
What about Currency?
Oh yeah,
Currency.
Yeah,
Currency a monster, man. You know Currency. I always like Currency flow. I like the era when he was with Wayne.
Yeah.
He was with Young Money for a little while because he was with No Limit first, then he went to Young Money, and now he doing his thing solo. He kind of made that backpacker music.
Yeah.
That song that Currency on with Wayne on that damn. The song started out with Wayne saying, "I'm staring at a table full of choppers, nigga." And Currency got the verse where he talking about you can learn Italian in my driveway. Man, that nigga Currency killed that shit, man. I'm like,
hey, Currency a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, that nigga Currency, boy, that's my dude right there.
It's really crazy. Like I said, it's a lot of people that just never get the appreciation they deserve in the game, man. A lot of people.
With Fiend? You never did nothing with Fiend?
Nah, I ain't never did nothing with Fiend. I would love to work with Fiend though. Yeah, Fiend is underappreciated. Fiend is really
him up. He ain't hard to hit up. Fiend very accessible. Fiend be on Facebook. He be on Instagram Live making beats, talking to your ass right there.
I'm glad you told me because I'm
do that. Yeah,
I would definitely reach out to him. I spoke to Turk sometime last year, and we was kind of kicking around the idea of doing something.
Fiend already, he be ready. He'll have you got something ready for him, he ready to work.
Yo, we did a nice little mixtape with him, man, called Conversation with Fiend. What we did was we chopped up an interview he did, and we put it with some new tracks he had, and we dropped that shit like that shit probably a couple years ago too.
But nah, he very you can hit him up for sure. He'll have hard. Yeah, that'd be tight.
That's hard. I definitely want to work with Fiend. I'm glad y'all told me that.
Who else you want to work with?
3D Nati.
I want to work with I want to work with Wayne, of course. That's probably my greatest influence when it comes to music. I want to work with Wayne. I like Youngboy right now. I want to work with Youngboy. I want to work with I love to work with T.I. T.I. heavy influence of mine. I want to work with P. I want to work with P. I want to work with a legend. Man, look.
You trying to get a noodle game with P? You trying to make some noodles with him or something?
Man, if we can make some noodles, I don't care what we got to do. We can make them old school them P. Miller throwback jerseys like he used to make back in the day.
For real, huh? Shit, we make P. Miller shoes. Fuck all that.
Make some P. Miller shoes,
What you like about P? You didn't say nothing about Baby, so what you like about P over Baby?
If I had to sign with anybody, it would be like I always wanted to sign with Cash Money. Cash Money was my influence far more than No Limit. Like I love No Limit, but I wanted to be a Cash Money nigga. But I like how innovative P was. You probably wouldn't get Cash Money without P first.
Yeah, true.
But I just feel like once Cash Money got it, they just took the rock and took it to another level, man. I mean, having a nigga like Manny Fresh helps a lot, you know.
But you,
Having that kind of.
I say, but you know
having-
the thing about P got his game from the Bay.
Yeah,
He took it down south. He got his game
Man.
from Richmond, California. So he got that game from out there. That's what they really out there hustling. He took that same hustle down south and just start booming.
we wouldn't.
That was smart.
Yep.
We would have never been able to do this shit without the West Coast, because the West Coast, they didn't treat us as like the East Coast did. The West Coast niggas ain't hate on us like that. You know, the East Coast niggas, they hated on us for years.
You know what else was big for New Orleans?
What's
They
that?
don't talk about when Snoop went with No Limit.
That was great.
Yeah, I think that put it, because it was like, damn, that was kind of like, because to me, I look like Snoop was like LeBron. That was like LeBron signing with the Heat. Like
Yeah.
LeBron could have went, Snoop could have went to any label he wanted to go. He went
Wherever.
to No Limit. So that like really put a stamp on the South.
And he dropped some bangers on No Limit.
Yeah,
So it
that
was
like
like
really put a stamp on
so
the
it was
South.
like you got some.
And that really made No Limit like,
I never saw that coming.
yeah.
And I was a little boy back then, man. Like when he went to No Limit, I was like 7, 8 years old.
If you if you doing a No Limits greatest hits album, what are like 3 songs you
But
gotta
he a
have
Cash
on
Money
it?
Cash Money fan though.
No, okay. Well, you doing both. If you doing I asked that question for you both. So if you doing a Cash Money or a No Limit greatest album, give me 3 songs you gotta have on it from Cash Money and 3 songs you gotta have from No Limit.
Three songs for No Limit. You gotta have Bout It, Bout It.
Hell yeah, about it.
You gotta have No Limit Soldiers. And you gotta have, just personally for me,
Yeah.
Soulja Slim got a song called You Got It that BG was influenced by, that I wanted you got it. Soulja Slim had a version before that. That's where BG got it from. I got that bitch on there. That bitch so hard. KLC went crazy on that bitch. I'm talking about, ooh, he killed that bitch.
You know who my homie is, right?
Who that?
Moby Dick.
For real?
Yup.
Man, them boys legends, man. I wish him and KLC would get back in the game.
Nah, they just like, I be like, damn, man, it's just so crazy to me, like growing up listening, and I be like, my homie, that's like my homie. And then I know like Fiend cool. So that shit like cool. And then I interviewed Young Bleed too.
Young Bleed was a monster.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Young Bleed actually he had Boosie and Webby on his label back in the day. You remember he had like Restoration Crap or something like that? Concentration Camp. Concentration
I
Camp.
remember that.
Them niggas was hard.
After you brought that up, I'm gonna give you my Cash Money list, but I definitely want to work with Boosie and Webby, and I want to work with Gates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would love to work with Gates, but I gotta work with Boosie and Webby, man. Boosie and Webby just as important to my development as Wayne was, man. Like it was a point where that's all we was listening to was Boosie and Webby. Like them niggas, I wish they had Instagram back then, because they would have been through the fucking roof.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, facts all day.
I like Webby. Who you like the most though, Webby or Boosie?
I think Webby was better than Boosie.
Yeah, I like that Webby too.
I think Webby was better than
Especially when that Give Me That came out. Oh my gosh, it's like my brain exploded.
Webby was crazy.
You're like, what the fuck is this? That beat was so hard. Did Man Fresh make that beat?
Nah, Man Fresh ain't make that beat. I want to say, I think it was a nigga named BJ. Because I know they had Mouse and they had another nigga named BJ that made a lot of their beat.
Yeah, what's up?
But
yeah, your Cash Money list. Yeah.
You know, Back That Ass Up gotta be on there. Back that you can't do any list without Back That Ass Up. You can't do a hip hop list without Back That Ass Up.
No, right?
Let me see.
That shit was #1 for like a whole year almost, huh? You're like, God damn, you can't watch the fucking whatever it fucking was back then, the video shows. They was #1 for so long, that song.
Give me Back That Ass Up. Man, it's tough, man. It's so much shit I love from Cash Money. Give me Back That Ass Up. You can give me give me bling bling, and give me I need a hot girl. I'll go all old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those too.
Yeah, remember I told you the Amazon.
Oh, shit, I thought he was talking to her. All right, man. We appreciate having you on, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me.
We'll bring you back on, man, whenever the new projects drop.
I can't wait. It's coming soon.
Yeah,
Man, my favorite.
Oh,
Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
no, what's up?
No, I was gonna say my favorite No Limit song, man. It's funny if I had to put my favorite song, probably Mac Calling Me.
Yeah, I like that one too, but I like that
Man,
one.
Mac, my shit, calling me, my shit, boy.
I like Calling Me. Then I like the other shit too. That you ain't gonna say too much, but I look in your eyes, I can tell you what.
Free Mac.
Yo, he still locked up?
Yeah.
Free Mac.
They fucked up, man. Then Misco was in there. See Murder, Mac.
It's
Yeah.
man, Louisiana justice system is crazy, man.
Hey, I'm cool with wanting to do some Sons of Funk too. If you want to get on one of the tracks with them,
man, I want to work with whoever you can put me in touch with. Put me in touch with
get on that Pushing Inside of You remix.
Yeah, we can do all that. I'm working with anybody right now.
That's what's up.
All right, we're gonna let you go, man. Oh wait, real quick, man. Shit, I gotta ask the question before we go. I forgot. Look, hey man, you got a dinner party you setting up, and you can invite 3 people, man, living, dead, or fictional. Who would you invite to the dinner party, and what you serving them?
We're gonna have. I want Stokely Carmichael there. I want Pac there, and I want Malcolm X there.
Yeah, that's a cold party right there.
And we gonna eat us. We gonna eat some. We having crawfish. Fuck it.
I ain't never had crawfish, man. I'm scared to eat that shit. That shit got the head on it still.
They gotta eat it like that. We can put that shit in some pasta or something for you. Just take the meat out and throw it in some pasta.
Oh, okay. Oh, so people eat it like that too?
Yeah, you can just take the crawfish meat out and put it in something, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the best place. Yeah, New Orleans is the best place I had shrimp and grits. Man, I ain't never had no shit better nowhere else.
Hey, I was 180, once like 175, 180 over Mississippi. I came back to New Orleans, I'm 200.
And how the cost of living out there?
The cost of living is more in New Orleans than it is in Mississippi. Mississippi got like the cheapest cost of living you can find, so you know it's an increase for me. But if y'all out there in California, we ain't got shit on y'all. Yeah, y'all cost of living. Yeah, nigga be broke as fuck out there.
I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Shit.
You in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. See, yeah, the cost of living out there too in New York. It's a whole nother level, man.
Shit, I paid $2,900 for a 3-bedroom apartment.
One of my little cousins from up there.
Oh yeah?
He from New Orleans, but his daddy's side was from up there. He fuck with these boys called the Tan Boys, Bodega Bams and people like that.
Yeah.
You ever heard of them?
Yeah, that's like some more. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah, New York, you can make it. That shit real. When Jay-Z said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I believe that.
Yeah, I never been out there. I definitely want to visit and see what see the hype. I ain't been out there to the West Coast either.
Oh shit, yeah, you gotta make a trip to both and holler at us.
I'll be out there eventually. One of these days, once this corona get out the way.
All right, for sure. All right, bro. Hey, we're gonna let you go, man. I posted your social media in the chat we got, and we're gonna ride them out with your porch track. Who is that? Featuring McAsshole?
Yeah, that's my little cousin, man. He was doing a lot of parodies and shit. He was doing the little Who That Is videos where he was imitating other artists. They got like 600,000 followers, man. He a real big deal. So shout out to Lil Cuz. You know, yeah.
What's his IG? What's his IG? I'm gonna post it.
His IG is the same as his name, McAsshole.
Okay. All right,
shout out to Lil Cuz.
All right, for sure. All right, bro. We're gonna go into the track, man. Hey, thanks for coming on. We're gonna have you on in the future for sure.
I appreciate y'all, boys.
Yeah, man.
All right, one.